Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at SIP Sports Bar, 3024 West Liberty Avenue, 15216 for everybody that doesn't know the address. We're also seen on Verizon 32, YouTube, only in Bethel Park on Comcast 7. And then, if you go to our page, Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook, and like us, we're at 753. We need 3 more likes to beat Hank Aaron in the home run record. And we're PEDS free, just so you know. No PEDS on this thing. But we do like a free meal once in a while. We'll tell you that much. Well, thanks for watching the show. We have a lot of great guests. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine, Smoking Jim Frazier, Chip, the Prophet Hayner, and we start with what's on our mind. We're going to do that right now.
Last Saturday, I was involved in a walk to end Alzheimer's, and we started a team in honor of my mother, who's 1 year ago she passed, and that anniversary's coming up soon. But we collected donations, and we collected for Team Gina Bell approximately $1,200 in donations for the Alzheimer's Foundation. Nice. So I want to give a shout out to everybody that contributed, everybody that walked with us, and it was really a great event.
And they could also see it on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook, because we promoted that all the time to help Chip and everybody out.
It's for a worthy cause, and it was in memory of my mother. And Alan knows about the ravages of Alzheimer's. You know, his mother was afflicted with the same disease. So it is a worthy cause. But what's on my mind? I just came from PNC Park this afternoon, and watched the Pittsburgh Pirates again play another amazing baseball game. And unfortunately, they came up a little bit short. But what's I find most striking about what's going on down at PNC Park. Now, I've been to 3 ball games down there in the last week, and Pittsburgh baseball fans in the city of Pittsburgh has shown up and really shown what kind of fans they are. The place played to a capacity crowd, set records for attendance in each game, and the enthusiasm and energy that the fans brought to the team was even evident through the television set. Those were some of the loudest crowds that I've ever seen, and the Pirates are now tied with the St. Louis Cardinals, 2-2. We go into another elimination game. We were in an elimination game last Tuesday night, and we ended up victorious there. We've got another one in St. Louis on Wednesday, and I will say this right now: Wednesday we will be victorious, and I'll be going to the NLCS Monday night in PNC Park. But that's what's on my mind, Alan.
Thanks, Chip. Smoking Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Hey, thanks, Al Levine, the Talking Machine. If you want the green,
hey, borrow that pen.
You got to see Levine. And to all the Dallas Cowboy fans, I got good news and I got bad news. The bad news is Tony Romo choked again in the 4th quarter. The good news is chronic choking is covered by Obamacare. Hey, we got my main man, Bill Boyce, is in the house with some of his beautiful models. The Rear Pearl and Wonder Woman is here. Hey, I always like to start off the show by, giving a shout out to my main man, Dan the Man, who makes the best coffee in the world. If you want some coffee, get it from Dan the Man. You won't be disappointed. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses. Julian and Brandy is here, and if you haven't done so yet, do yourself a favor, get the menu and order something from the menu, because the chef is here. Chef Pete is in the back cooking, and I always like to give a shout out to the owners, Mark and Tina, for having us here each and every week. And anybody that knows me knows I love the ladies. Later on in the show, one of our guests is a beautiful young lady. She's here right now. But I tell you what makes her even more special is she has one of the most beautiful brains in the world, one of the smartest ladies I ever been around. I am so nervous when I'm around her. Last night I couldn't sleep because it was like the night before Christmas. But I got my present because she's here today. She is the.
Who is she? Who is she?
I tell you what, she is.
Who is she? Where is she?
She's just such a gift. And I tell you what, later on she's going to be in our show. Please give a big hand for Angel Chapino. And they make me do it. They make me do it. Gateway is still undefeated. Steelers, it's not over until Big Ben sings. Listen, the Pittsburgh Steelers will make the playoffs. They will get their first win. They will beat the Jets next week because it's Miller time. Right now, healthy, Heath Miller is back. Big Ben's favorite receiver. Heath Miller has 39 career touchdown passes. #1 in Pittsburgh Steeler history. He's third all-time leading receiver in Steeler history behind only Hines Ward and Hall of Famer John Stallworth. Right now, he has more career catches than Hall of Famer Lynn Swann, Lewis Lips, Eric Green, and Mark Bruner. Pittsburgh Steelers, when it comes to a healthy Heath Miller, do yourself a favor and throw him the football.
Smoking Jim, you surprised everybody, including me. I mean, you picked 10-6. I picked 11-5. I'm doing the math. You know I can count. They got to go 8-4 just to get to 8-8. And I know you're still saying they're going to get 10-6. I'm drinking the Steeler Kool-Aid. I bleed black and gold, but I'm still doubtful because they got to get that first win. Now, I know they're going to beat the Jets. I just know it. Don't bet your house. You didn't give me the lead cinch pipe bet, so, and you got to check his record. Check our other shows on what a lead cinch pipe bet does. Only bet at the end of the season, though, I'll tell you that much. But again, I want to talk about what is on my mind, not just Steelers, but the Pirates. I want to thank the Pirate organization for actually, their 5-year plan went a lot longer than it was supposed to, but look at the results here. How do you keep setting record crowds at PNC Park? 2 people, 3 more people. It was 40,493 people today.
Yep.
Now to be talking about Bucktober and have almost 41,000 people at PNC Park, that is just awesome. It wasn't a concert either. There were no fireworks. I mean, that's great stuff. I've been a Pirate fan my whole life, and I've been disgruntled. I can't even use that word anymore. I'm just happy to be able to talk about Pirates at this time of the year. It's just a great thing. And Pirate fans, don't get down. We've been drinking that Kool-Aid. They're going to close it out. Chip and I have both predicted going to the World Series, and I believe we could win it. If we revert back to the mean is April to August. I just want to see the Pirates play like they did then. We won't have a worry in the world. And that's what's on my mind.
Yeah, we got a fight Saturday night at the Green Tree Sportsplex, all professional boxing. There'll be 2 10-round fights, myself, and then a heavyweight bout, and 2 6-round fights and 2 4-round fights. We're the 3 main guys. I'll be fighting the main event. I'm fighting a kid from Delaware. He's 20-5. Currently, I'm ranked number 15 in the world. And,
Wait a second.
Good job,
Congratulations just on that, champ. You made that. That's awesome. Go ahead.
So the guy I'm fighting is a real tough kid. He's beat some guys, lost to some guys, but he's never been stopped. So hopefully this will be the first time we can make that happen and get him out of there before the 10 rounds is up. But also another fight I'm excited about on the undercard is a co-main event. It's Jason Bergman. He's the heavyweight. He's pictured to the far left
Near me.
or right on.
Don't hit me now. Please, don't hit me.
He's fighting a guy from Columbus, Ohio, who's 13-0. He's Buster Douglas's fighter. I don't know if you guys remember Buster Douglas, first guy beat Tyson, but
He shocked the world in February, about how many years ago?
Yeah, like 90-ish. Yeah, 90. I think it was 90, yeah.
In February of that year.
So Jason's going to try to pull off an upset. Jason, of course, has a couple losses, but he's a tough kid. He's a veteran of like 33 pro fights. So Jason's going to try to fight him for, it'll be the NABA US title, same title that I'm defending, and then also I'm fighting for an IBO international title. So I'm fighting for 2 belts. These guys are fighting for a chance to maybe crack the top 15 in the world in the heavyweight division and get a shot at maybe one of the Klitschko's down the road.
Hey, Rob, let me interrupt you 1 second. With this top 15, can you explain to the folks out here what that does for you as a boxer when you crack that top 15, what it provides? You've explained it to me in Smoking Jim and Chip before. But
Yeah, the top 15. The reason being in the top 15 is so important is until when you turn professional, if you're lucky enough to win some fights and be recognized, they consider you a prospect, and basically you're considered a prospect until you win enough fights or until you can get yourself in position to be in the top 15 in the world. Once you get to where number 15 to number 1, really it kind of is a gray area there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Obviously, you want to be the number 1 contender.
Sure.
But anybody in the top 15 at that point, you're considered a contender for the title because you have to be ranked in the top 15 to fight for the world title. So let's say I'm the champion,
Right.
and I want to defend my title, and my mandatory is not up to where I have to fight the number 1 contender.
What happens?
I can defend it, but I have to defend it against somebody in the top 15, so I can pick.
So if I'm number 15,
You could
I'd
get a phone
I'd
call.
possibly get that call. If I'm
Yeah.
number 2,
Same
3,
thing. Same thing.
anybody
yeah,
from there.
anybody in the top 15. You know, and I mean, you could get lucky, get the phone call, or you could work your way up to where you're, a mandatory or
contender.
number 1 contender. Yeah, and obviously it's a business, so the people that are going to make the champion the most money are the people that he's going to look to fight. And right now, that's why I feel like I have a good opportunity because there's not too many Americans. You know what I mean?
Right.
In the top. Matter of fact, I think I might be the only guy from the U.S. in the top 15 in my weight division.
And he's right in South Park here, from Elizabeth to South Park.
And like me, Ron, I've seen you beat up a lot of brothers over the years. But I tell you what, if you had to fight Money Mayweather, how would you beat Money Mayweather? What's the secret to beating him?
You might need a bat, maybe a gun. I don't know, man. That guy, I have all the respect in the world for him. You know what I mean? His personality and everything is maybe a little too much for people, but I mean, in my opinion, he's the best to ever do it. I don't really see anybody. I really don't see anybody that skill-wise could ever compete with him. It's just not going to happen. If you break it down on film, I mean, the guy does not get hit. What is he? He's been hit the least ever since CompuBox and computer scoring has been out. And he lands with the highest percentage.
See, there's some
And
pictures
not-
back
and
from
not-
Robert.
Does he ever
and not
fight
only-
the number 1 contender?
And not only that, I mean, you figure he was a world champion at 130 pounds. So he just went from 130 pounds to 154 to beat the number 1 guy at 154 and made him look like a kid.
Oh, to tell these people what weight
17
you
years,
are.
17 years
Hey,
after
forget
he
Money
started, you know.
Mayweather. I'm looking at Money Rod. All right.
I fight at 135 pounds.
Okay, well, there you go. And then
135 pounds.
when do these start? Because I don't know if they could see that.
The fights start at 7:30.
Okay.
I'll probably go on maybe around 9 or 9:30, somewhere like that. Usually they're done by 10, 11 o'clock.
And we'll be broadcasting this. We'll be filming. Smoking Jim and I will be there announcing, and we'll be doing interviews. We hope to be out there and interview the champ as he grabs not 1 title, not 1 belt, but 2 belts now. And you were great the last time when you said when we moved to Sip Sports Bar, you brought your NABA belt, and that's a heavy belt.
Yeah.
Because we had it here. That was a classic there.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So
Try to bring 2 of them back the Monday
you
after
will.
the fight.
I have no doubt.
Yep.
Definitely, especially watching. I've been promoting you. Some of the film sessions and video sessions that Little Z has turned me on to, and I missed your training down at Pittsburgh Boxing on 51. I saw the video on it. You look much bigger too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. You look stronger than I ever saw you too, and fast.
Yeah, it's. I did a lot of CrossFit. It's called training in between fights this last time, so I put on a little bit of muscle and I mean I was always real lean, so it's just basically it's just a more of a problem making the weight. But I mean
Right.
you do what you got to do. I'll
Well,
get
you're
down
maturing. You're
Yeah.
maturing as you get.
getting older.
Yeah, well, that's part of it. That was being
Right.
nice to you.
And I tell you, like you, Ron, I've known you for a lot of years, and what I've always been most proud of about you is you're the only athlete to ever come out of Elizabeth Forward.
Hey, didn't JJ Hoover pitch against us the other day? Didn't he pitch against us? He was from EF. Actually, he grew up down the
You're
street.
not getting a straight
You
answer
think
from him.
Gateway's
Not
never
now.
recruited down
Not
there?
now.
No, he's not going to give you a straight. What else is going on? Anything else you want to talk about? Do you do any training or coaching for other people, or?
I
Or
just
will
started.
you,
I
or-
just started training people. Actually, at the Wolfpack
Well, I
Gym
saw
in
that. How
Carnegie.
did I know?
Yeah, at the Wolfpack Gym in Carnegie, and they had some guys fight on Saturday, and I really was trying to make it down there, but I couldn't I couldn't
Right.
get down there in time. But
And that's another nice gym.
it's a beautiful
We
gym.
met Jeff Mucci there before during
it's
the
like,
summer.
it's like not even like a gym. It's like a.
It's almost a museum.
It's like it's really it's like LA Fitness meets a boxing gym. You know what I mean? It's
He
it's
has
the classiest boxing gym
How
I've
about
ever
the
been in.
posters he has? And he has 2 rings that are just great there.
Oh,
I've been
huge.
trying to get him on the show, but he's so busy because he's like a one-man operation too there.
Yeah.
He has a lot of help.
Yeah, that's why he tried to get me to come down there to start training people and maybe taking some of that off him. But he has classes 5:30, 6:30, and 7:30 every night. So yeah, it would be tough. He doesn't get out there till 8:30.
Right.
So
Well, maybe sometime we'll get him on the show like you.
yeah,
Definitely. Well, Rod, I want to thank you and I want to wish you the
appreciate
best
it.
of luck.
Thanks. I'll see you guys Saturday.
Yes, you
Definitely,
will.
champ.
We got the young lady, I call her my angel. She's definitely God's gift to everybody. Please put your hands together for the great Angel Shafino.
Well, how's your son doing, first of all?
He's doing great.
Okay, because that's what I want to know about.
Who
I
did
know
they beat this week?
Smoking Jim, wanted you on the show, but I want to know about your son here, okay?
He's actually having a very good season. He's playing for Penn Hills.
Okay.
They just played Still Valley this past weekend. It was an exciting game. It actually got postponed. No, due to the weather,
Right.
they
Postponed.
Well, no, they didn't postpone it. They gave us an hour to see what's going to happen as far as the lightning and all that. So we got a break, about an hour break.
Okay.
And at that time, we were actually losing. The score was, I believe, 22 to 16.
Okay.
So we come back after that break, and the next we had the ball. My son.
Tell the
Had
folks
this
his name if they didn't see it before with the show, and we've got record ratings on that.
He's 10 years old. His name is Jalen Hood Shafino. He's a quarterback, and he. Oh, you want me to finish telling you about this exciting game?
Please do it.
Yeah, because
I'm on the edge of my seat.
It was so exciting.
Well, wait a second. Let me keep him back here.
Yeah, so we had the ball.
Then what
and
happened?
He had this beautiful pass about 40 yards to his wide receiver, and
And he caught the
in
ball?
the end zone. We caught it. We scored. We were at this point. We were down by maybe 1. And then we got the 2-point conversion, so we were winning.
24-23,
Yeah.
folks.
Well, no,
What a
actually,
surprise! A team beat Still Valley. I'm shocked.
well, my son played for Still Valley actually last season.
He knows. He knows. We got Little Z will be our last guest of the show. So all these remarks that Smoking Jim's making, he's using you to battle Little Z. So we're going to talk about you now because this Steel Valley and Clareton.
We love the
and-
Steel Valley.
Yeah, and Penn Hills and Gateway. I mean, who else? What about Bethel Park, South Park? All these other communities. I'm just kidding. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you, Angel, if you want. Tell them your name, not with the Smoking Jim yell. Just do your nice little intro.
Angel Shafino.
Yeah.
I'm from Penn Hills. I come from a very athletic family. I played basketball. I played a year college ball for Lock Haven University. I was a point guard. My son, he gets his athletic ability from both his father and I. His father was a great quarterback for Penn Hills, Glenn Hood, and Jim and I, we've become good friends, and he's a great guy, and we've been communicating, and we've been discussing possibly doing a TV show. I have this passion for so many things, ranging from sports, disadvantaged children and disadvantaged communities, diversity. I love Pittsburgh. I think it has so much culture, but I personally think it lacks diversity. And being multiracial, I don't find too many multiracial things here. I think it's just, to me, this is a personal opinion, I think it's just it seems like it's just black and white here. And I wanted to just be more diverse because I lived in Charlotte for 4 years, and I was an Army brat, so I had the privilege to travel and live in different cities. And just, you know, living here, I don't see that. So I don't know. I want to. The show.
How are you going to do it? What do you want to do then?
That's the thing. I have to devise this plan.
Well, how about you team up with us on some sports, and then we can open the doors that way, because that seems one of the great ways that I have noticed. Because I kid these guys about where I was born, the Hill District, but it was a long time ago.
Okay.
And I was brought up in a family where my dad refereed basketball, black, white, whoever, Hispanic. I think a green alien come down from space. But Pittsburgh, because we have two rivers, they don't like to cross all the bridges. You got all our separate communities, so people sort of stay in their own neighborhood, and they don't know the other people.
Right.
And that's what I think sports helps to break those barriers down. When they compete, and then maybe they lose, like Smoke and Jim. Gateway's the only team that, you know, wins at all the events and everything. But we know that's not true. There's other good teams. So I think that would be one way to start it. You might have started just tonight by doing this. So
yeah, and I mean, I think that you have so many individuals that have these organizations, and they try to, in particular, like I said, with the disadvantaged communities, they try to, you know, facilitate certain things and assist. But it's, for me, like one of my favorite quotes is actually from a great woman by the name of Maya Angelou. When you know better, you do better. But for me, I further explore it by saying, what is it that I need to know better in order to do better?
Right.
Like, as far as I think I need to further explore it as far as I mean, I don't want to, you know, make it too ambiguous, but I think that everyone have this plan and they go to these communities and help, but I want these young boys and girls to understand that no one is better than you. It doesn't matter your socioeconomic status. You too can do great things. You can evade that glass ceiling and you can get out of that situation. A lot of them are, you know, they become.
Well, they're beaten down by all of this, and the problem is they don't get a lot of support at home.
Right.
So how do you reinforce that in the community? You're not the first to think of it. You're not the first to try it.
Exactly.
But you can work with all these other people who have done it
Yes.
and are trying. But they need energy there.
Right.
They need newer people involved. So
Right.
maybe you'll be one of those to be a catalyst for that.
I have a passion for it so much. I want to.
Well, any way that we can help, we'll try to do that. Okay? I do promise that. Anything else on your mind you want to put out there to the folks out here? Or did that cover what you needed to say today?
Yeah, I mean, we've just started this conversation. We're going to, you know, continue to discuss it and come up with this plan and try to get this show together and do, you know, many positive things. It's all about positivity.
Well, we're lucky at BPTV. Look, we got Devin Shea. He's always into what we're doing here. Aaron Ward's on the control board. We have, it was the intern, but he's known as the Tiger now because his last name's Kiger. So Tiger's there. Look, we film these shows. Dave Cable edits it. If you've seen our shows, you saw with your son and everything. There's other opportunities on public access TV. So this is the first step.
Thank
okay?
you so much.
And thanks for being here with us.
Thank you so
we
much.
appreciate it. Tell everybody who you are and what you do and how we met at Kumite. I said that.
Yeah, I didn't know that's how you pronounce it, but if that's what you said.
That's how I say it.
My name is Mario Tempest. I represent a company called Mona V. It's all natural products, anywhere from weight management to nutritional juices to energy drinks. And I have something for you guys to take home tonight because you could be so excited about the Pirates being in the playoffs that you're not going to be able to sleep. This is an all-natural, so you don't got to take any sleep medication or pills. Don't take it now. It'll put you to sleep in 10 minutes. Don't do it now, Jim, man. Even you. This is for later.
Hold it. I sleep like a baby every night. I cry myself to sleep. I wanted to win today.
Me too. Me too. We'll get them tomorrow or Wednesday.
What hat is that?
This is Mona V.
Wow.
Mona V hat. Mona V shirt. You got to live it.
And Mario, on Thursday night when the Pirates were getting the snot beat out of them by the Cardinals, I was commenting with you on Facebook because I think I'm the only person that sat there and watched the final out of that game, knowing that there was going to be a day the next day.
You're right.
And we turned it around.
You're right.
And,
Absolutely
that
right.
just shows you the power of positive thinking.
Right.
It can do great things.
Yeah, no doubt. And you're always Facebooking with me on Pirates. I steal his graphics and I put little things on it. He keeps feeding me stuff. So I keep promoting. It's just been a great time. You know, I appreciate you liking Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook.
Absolutely.
And adding a lot of things there to it. And we do have a tradition when you say Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. Once in a while they take a drink here. They don't like the drinks back to back when you mention Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. And I was a little remiss. And what else is going on? You want to talk sports or anything here for a minute?
Well, I'm real excited about the game in 2 days. I've been a true Pirate fan. I've been suffering and getting verbally abused for the last 21 years. But I'm still a Pirate fan, always was a Pirate fan. So this is very exciting for me. I know there's a lot of bandwagon people, but they're welcome as well. But
It's just about filled up right now.
Oh, no, it's not, Alan. We've got a bigger bandwagon, buddy.
If they're not on it right now with one game to go in the balance, they shouldn't be on the
They'll
bandwagon.
be jumping off Wednesday.
Watching the transformation in the way the club has presented itself and the way the people have accepted it, it's just been an amazing journey since the beginning of the season to right
Sure
now.
has.
It is a great, being down at PNC Park is like nothing I've ever experienced in my life.
Well, it's a great experience. I mean, we're seeing a team, as a fan, what do they have? Like 9 games to go to win. So
Right.
that's what it's about.
Right.
I'm a fan. Now this way, it'll get all the guys that say you can't do that. I just did it. 9.
That's right.
9
to go. 9 to go. And if I can say, I'm not sure if I can use his name,
Who?
but he plays center field for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Who, McCutcheon?
I didn't say it. He drinks Mona V.
Really?
And if he drinks a little extra on Wednesday, I think that'll be enough to push him over.
You know what? Give him my can.
No, that'll put him to sleep. The other
Well, I
product-
want him to rest. I want him to rest a little before the game.
Give that to Adam Wainwright. Maybe he'll sleep past his alarm.
I want him to rest that
He'll miss
night.
the start of the game.
Stay strong.
Give that to
And
Carlos
don't blame it
Beltran.
on me, but if the Boston Red Sox push along, their whole entire team drinks our product. It's not my account, but Jonathan Papelbon was the first to drink it, and he got the whole entire team drinking it. And yeah,
Start
so,
cracking this. Oh, that's not the energy one.
yeah. So
Smoking
if they
Jim.
win it all, then I'll take credit. But if the Pirates are there, I want the Pirates to win. No doubt about it.
And how do you say it again for us amateurs on
You could say
mispronouncing names?
you could say it Mona V, you could say Mona V, just like the old commercial they used to have around here. You know,
Yeah.
different ways to say it, and it features the acai berry.
Okay.
And people call it acai, acai, whatever they want to call it. It works.
As long as they buy it.
As long as they buy and drink it, I don't care what they call it. Right.
And if you have health issues, check it out. See if it helps you. Definitely. Mary, I want to thank you for being on the show.
Appreciate you having me, buddy.
Smoking Jim, I'm going to start with you since you're positive about the Steelers. What else is going on in the sports world with you?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Aaron Ward, Devin Shea, who just had a beautiful baby boy coming out. My man John, we can't do it without you. I am undefeated with my picks on Monday night, Thursday night, all year. So I like to give you my pick. Send it home with Atlanta. You can take Atlanta to the bank tonight. And that's what's on my mind.
Well, thanks. That's Smoking Jim's halftime show. Chip, what do you have to say on the
Hey,
halftime show?
on the halftime show, once again, I'm going to go back and visit the Pirates. And yesterday,
Why not?
At the game yesterday, there was a gentleman that was sitting in the seat right behind us, and he wasn't at the previous game. He managed to somehow procure a ticket. So he was sitting there at the game, and he called a friend of his on his phone, and he said, "You won't believe where I'm at right now." And he said, "I'm at the Pirate game." And he says, "You know what?
I answered that
The
call.
the crowd here at PNC Park makes going to a Yankee game seem like you're going to a Little League game." And that's quite an amazing.
Was it Big Mike?
You know, that Big Mike, you can hear that. The Pirates are outperforming the Yankees when it comes to enthusiasm at their home crowds.
These are some inside jokes, folks, about people.
The reason I bring that up, Alan, is for how many years were the Pirates the absolute laughingstock of baseball? They were ridiculed and made fun of. And now, you know what? The shoe's on the other foot, and they are the feel-good story of the baseball season.
As well they should. They earned it. And that's the end of our halftime show. All right, I got a couple guests that Chip's going to go crazy when I show what this is. This was invented because scorecards have been the same for about 100 years. Abner Doubleday didn't invent baseball, nor did he invent the scorecard. The Lane brothers invented this. I'm going to bring Kevin Lane up right now. Kevin, welcome to our show. Have a seat.
Kevin, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. So how you guys been?
Oh, we're doing great.
You like our book?
Well, I just started to read it. There's a lot of blank pages. There's no information.
Yeah, no, it's
No, I have to
not
fill
heavy
in the
reading.
blanks.
That's right.
It's pretty self-explanatory. I've been keeping score since I was 8 years old, so I understand that. Why don't you tell people who you are since I announced? Tell them who you
Sure.
are and what you're doing here on the show.
Okay, my name's Kevin Lane, and my brother and I.
What's his name?
His name's Tom. He's right off camera here. You might get to see him a little later. I don't know.
I don't know. I got an even money bet that he doesn't make it. So.
Well, yeah.
And I've been known to bet on the horses.
I heard you owned a horse.
I owned a bunch of them. Yeah.
Old
We'll
glue.
talk about that another day. Chip doesn't know what he's saying. I had a horse that won 23 races in 16 months. I had a horse that was an open horse, so to be flipping on that, I take offense because a lot of people worked hard at that, and this was in the 80s. If you go out there, and I'm humorous like Chip is, so, but I did have to tell all the people that watch the show that they do know that we had horses that won, from Pistol Showman, Hancock Creed, Unbounded, Stardy Oak, Niasol, Trusty Lobel. So I can go through it. But we did have 5 racing at a time during a week. And now where were you
Well,
at, sir?
I'm in a horse of a different color here.
Yeah, how do you get that color like that? Because I'm starting to go right towards that.
A little stress will help you get that color.
I'm getting stressed on this show here.
Well, anyway.
Tell me what you're doing here.
Yeah, Tom and I, Tom came to me, how many years ago? 2 years ago or so?
Oh, he'll talk for himself. He's giving you this sign.
Okay, 3 years. It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years in development. He came to me and said, can you help me put together a scorebook or a scorecard?
Right.
Because none of the ones out there had everything that he wanted to have as an avid baseball scorer.
Right.
And he said, can you do this on your Excel spreadsheet?
Right.
I said, no. For one, it's far more complicated than an Excel spreadsheet could ever do this, And secondly, I'm not very good at Excel spreadsheets. So
why didn't you just say that up front?
Yeah, I should have said that up front. But anyway, I did know some designers, so I said, let's try an experiment. Let's bring a designer in.
This is a beautiful.
Let's give him the assignment. Tell him what we want to see, and we came up with a book that pretty much has everything you ever want in a scorebook. We think it's the most comprehensive, most complete, most detailed, and easiest to use baseball scorebook you'll find anywhere. Most of the scorebooks that you see today in some of the big box sports retailers, they have their feet planted firmly in the 1940s.
Right.
So we said let's do something that is beyond the pale.
Right.
And we came up with this, and you can see us on our website www.keepscore.us. It is a website beyond any of the other
I've been there.
manufacturers of scorebooks. You'll see an embedded video, which is a how-to video that
I've watched it.
is better than any. And our very own Lanny Fratteri actually did the voiceover for us on the video. it's something to
And
see.
that's a legendary Bucko announcer.
That's right, yeah, for 33 years. One of the things about our book, though, that differentiates us is our ability to put an organization's insignia or logo on the cover.
Chip, hand me that back. I want to just show. I got a special autograph copy here from.
I
want them to just get that out because we do have other guests coming here. We can't do a whole infomercial
That's
show
right.
on this.
Our slogan is.
Yeah, I want that out there.
Yeah, it says swing for the fences and always keep score. Keep Score is the name of our company.
Really?
Yeah.
Now here, that's why you should know. Keep score.
Keep Score.
No, it's an interesting story.
So anyway, we could replace our logo with sponsors' logos, Major League Baseball logos. We could actually put a logo on the ball and make it conform to the spherical shape of it to make it look like it was actually imprinted on the ball that was photographed. Wow. We have a whole inside front cover that we could put somebody's story in there. We could put ads in there, all sorts of things. So it's very versatile.
We might have to partner up on some of this.
We've talked with the Pirates, the Phillies, the Detroit Tigers, the Arizona Diamondbacks.
What about local teams, Little League?
We
Babe Ruth, Pony League, the school districts.
We've talked with Pony League. We've had some conversations.
What about
with them.
some small organizations that might like this?
Well, we'd urge them to come and see us.
Well,
give us a call.
How do they get a hold of you? How do they get a hold of you?
You could call me on my cell phone.
Okay.
Should I give that out?
You can give it out because I do shameless promotions.
Sure.
I told you, and I know you didn't believe me. That's why I said, come to Sip Sports Bar. We'll get you here. Now's your time.
You can comment on our website, or you can actually give me a call, 412-848-8345.
I think this would actually be a really good idea right about now, because just like with the Penguins in the 80s, when Mario Lemieux became part of the team and got all that interest has been waning in Little League Baseball and in the youth organizations for baseball over the last 20 years because of the decline of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And now with all the interest that they're generating, I'm looking to see an upsurge in that, and this could be...
that's part of what we were talking about on the phone. That's why I mentioned the little teams, Little League, Minor League,
right,
Babe
because
Ruth.
you know what, you don't see kids. I drive by a lot of ball fields all the time, and when I was a child growing up, that's all I did was play ball dusk to dawn.
Yep.
And you don't see, the ball fields are sitting empty. They're weed infested, they're not getting used.
We think there's a great appeal even to kids who don't play baseball but perhaps watch it.
Well, how about their parents, aunts, uncles?
This is conducive to competitions. For accuracy, kids could score ball games.
I learned how to score baseball games before I even started playing Little League. My father taught me.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna have you back on the show. Maybe we can partner up with some things. We have a magazine that we're coming out with,
I'm aware.
Pittsburgh Sportsline Magazine. I want to invite you to our launch event. We have that coming up. There's our launch event with the magazine launch event. We got ads coming up.
I'd like to be there.
I think we can do some business here to promote you.
Very good.
Kevin, I want to thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you made it.
Yeah,
you went the long route.
We did.
But I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure.
Call me Trapper Tom. My friends and family call me Trapper, so please feel free to call me Trapper.
Trapper Tom?
Trapper Tom.
Welcome to the show.
All right.
I catch on pretty quick.
That's good. I have been the ring announcer for Pittsburgh's only professional wrestling organization, the Keystone State Wrestling Alliance, since 2005. We have our events mostly at the KSWA Arena just off of 51st Street and Butler.
Is that
in
Lawrenceville?
In Lawrenceville.
Where's the Teamster Temple at? That's what I want to know.
Teamster Temple, we've actually had shows there a couple of
weeks
ago.
What a
We've
guess.
had
What a guess.
at the Teamsters Temple a couple weeks ago. We had a fundraiser for PACC, which is an organization. It's an organization for mentally handicapped people.
That's great.
It was our second annual fundraiser. We do fundraisers for various organizations in addition to our own family-friendly
Get me a flyer because I promote all that. I'm a little short on flyers right now, except for my own stuff and our stuff here.
I certainly will. Our next show is the same time as the Boxer.
We won't talk
that was
about
on
that.
earlier, Saturday, October 12th. Bell time is at 7:30. Like I said, the family-friendly event. It's $10 for adults, $8 for kids.
Ain't bad.
Wow.
Yeah, Dr. Devastation Lou Martin puts the most prestigious singles title in the Commonwealth on the line, the KSWA World Heavyweight Championship. On
I
the
like
line
how he said that.
against Mr. Puniverse.
Universe.
Are we
Mr.
getting all this?
Puniverse, Bob Atlas, 369 pounds, 3% body fat. You have to check out his. You have to check out his picture online.
Where do we find that online?
KSWA.net.
Say that again. I forget.
KSWA.net.
So this
Can you
is the-
send a link to
this is the
Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh
Sports
version
Line
of
on
Gene
Facebook?
Okerlund.
Certainly will.
All right.
In fact, you go to the Facebook page for Pittsburgh Sports Line, you see the story that I wrote that it's a feature story that
I
leads
liked
up
it.
to the
I liked it,
event.
just like you liked us.
That's right.
I'll spread those likes around. And we're trying to get up to 754.
That's right. That's right.
We're there. We got an announcement. We made 754. Somebody here did it.
That's terrific.
Somebody did it.
That's
I know it.
Who's going to tie us
Pittsburgh
with Hammer
Sports
and
Line on
Hank?
Facebook. Thanks, Mike.
Number of likes, right? Or,
Yeah,
or
yeah, the big
friends.
likes. There we go.
All right, there we are.
What's your name? We'll shout out to you. We'll shout out to Lisa. Thanks.
right.
Lisa's right here in the
Thank you
audience.
so much.
She's one of the models that's hanging around Bill Boyce and all the rest of the young ladies here.
All right. KSWA.net, you can check out a lot of the mega stars that
Did you
are-
say megastars?
That is what we call our wrestlers, our athletes. They are not sports
Oh, do
entertainers.
you look like you're a
We are
wrestler
wrestlers.
here? Are you one of those megastars?
I am a retired megastar.
How did I guess? That hand, my wrist is sore. What'd you do? I think you cut me too with that razor.
Maybe. And of course, yesterday was the great Bruno Sammartino's
All right.
78th birthday.
Still working out 6 times a week.
KSWA Hall of Famer Bruno Sammartino. He was on one of our events last year.
Wow.
But
We're gonna have to come to one of your events.
that would be
Tell us one that
terrific.
doesn't conflict with our boxing schedule.
Check out KSWA.net. We have an event just about every month leading up to Fan Fest is in early December. That's our annual show. It's only a $5 show in December.
Wow.
Because
A Christmas special.
We ask all of our fans to bring toys to needy youth in Allegheny County, and they have donated thousands of toys in the past 5 years.
Congratulations on all your good work.
And we were honored by Pittsburgh City Council in 2010 for 10 years as Pittsburgh's pro wrestling organization.
Love wrestling.
And we have had many
That's why he's
great
here smoking, Jim. That's why we brought him on.
That's why
He's a new friend of the show, and
One
we're a
of-
fan of this megastar.
one of our best friends is on Grant Street. Bill Peduto, the next mayor of the city of
there you
Pittsburgh.
go.
He has been a guest ring announcer for a match.
Really?
He shows up from time to time, and also the guys with the new scorecard. Lanny Fratteri has been a guest ring announcer for 3 straight years at Fan Fest.
You know what? You
And
drop
he
names
loves
better
it.
than I do. I appreciate it. And I know Bill Peduto when I did Hugathon Pittsburgh last year.
Wow.
How about that?
Bill is a great supporter of ours. County Councilman Jim Byrne is a great
Yeah. Another good
supporter
guy.
of ours.
And Bill's staff.
Yeah.
Bill's staff with Dan Gilman and Matt Barron and all the rest of the guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, I know a few names. I'm going to start
About
dropping
Dominic
them.
DeNucci.
Yeah,
Dominic
Dom-
Ganucci,
My man.
one of the greatest honors ever in any aspect of my life. When Dominic DeNucci was going to be inducted into the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame in Amsterdam, New York, he told me he wanted me to induct him.
Wow.
Wow,
But-
that's amazing.
What an honor.
But
I'll
the
take it.
punchline was a guy named Bruno wanted to do it instead. So Bruno was the one who did it.
He spent his career steering the thunder, huh?
There's no justice there. No justice.
I'm like, I'm the son of a coal miner. You know, it's time for me to back off a little bit.
Bruno's an immigrant,
That's right.
right? He was a
right.
98-pound weakling.
That's right.
Friends of mine grew up right next to him.
Oh, really?
His parents, yes.
Terrific individual, very gracious. He was very gracious. We had James J. Dillon, J.J. Dillon, the leader of the Four Horsemen,
Four
was in
Horsemen
town
back in the
just a
mid-eighties.
few weeks ago at Horror Realm in the South Hills. Terrific guy. And he
He's still around.
gives a lot of credence to his career to Bruno Sammartino, because J.J. Dillon, much like George the Animal Steele, started here in Pittsburgh.
George the Animal Steele did.
George Animal Steele. Technically, George the Animal Steele wrestled in his hometown of Detroit, but he had a mask on because he was a teacher by day.
Yes.
And then he wanted
He's
to
a very
wrestle.
well-educated man, a very smart
guy.
Really?
Very faithful, very
I'm friends
devout
with him
Christian.
on LinkedIn. That's how smart of a guy he is.
And-
He uses
Yeah, that
LinkedIn.
Easter ropes.
Well, that was all an act.
The green
He's a
tongue and the
turnbuckle.
chew on the turnbuckles.
But he came in, and I lost where I was going to be in my
That's
story,
okay.
but-
You know what? You can tell another story because we do this all the time.
Okay.
And it's scripted here. Okay, that wasn't. Next one. And I heard in wrestling you script it like we script it.
Well, you know, the only thing that's scripted about pro wrestling is scripted as life. It all ends the same way. So everything is predetermined.
Hold it. You mean you have to die?
That's right.
Dying's the only way
Everything's
out of here.
predetermined.
I don't believe it.
That's
I don't believe it. I'm a baby boomer. We're not dying.
also talking about pro wrestling in Pittsburgh, Lord Zoltan, who has been in wrestling for nearly 40 years,
Yes.
Wow.
continues to wrestle on a monthly basis. Yeah, they stole that from Lord Zoltan. Continues to wrestle each and every month for us in
Do
Lawrenceville.
you wrestle them or you just
yeah.
announce the wrestling?
I just announced the wrestling.
I used to
be
to
in
watch
tag
wrestling
matches. I
when it
used to
was-
be in battle royals. but
Really?
Wow.
How many
Not
years?
anymore.
Here, let's
Not
talk
anymore.
about you a little bit.
Not-
How many years did you do that, Tom?
Not much at all. I just did, from here.
Like 3 days?
Yeah, something like that. Really, what I enjoy doing is the ring announcing, writing the feature stories that I do on our athletes. I wrote a feature, feature on Big Bully Busick, who had his final match earlier this year in Weirton. I checked the internet. I checked everything. There was really no definitive article on Big Bully Busick. If you know who Big Bully Busick was, he was a guy from Weirton that had a cup of coffee in the WWE for in 1989 to 1990. But to this very day is a power lifter. He's 59 years old and a power lifter. At one point, he was almost a bench press champion. Terrific guy. He had his last match in April, and I did a feature story, and I was happy enough to be on the front page of the sports section of the Weirton Daily
Nice.
News for that.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you. I've been a writer in town for a long time.
Okay.
For about 20 years, most of the main publications and whatnot in town. But right now, I have a day job, but most of the fun that I get, ring announcing, writing, putting over young guys, trying to put over our talent, put over our product, and that's really what we like to do. So
I'm glad you could make it. I'm glad we can help promote you.
absolutely.
How do they get a hold of you again?
KSWA.net. You can check out all of our mega stars, and I think there are links to our individual Facebook pages. And
I did see that.
Yeah, you can even. I'm on Pittsburgh Sports Line. Feel free to friend me. I always accept everybody.
Yeah,
because we
thank
like
you.
to
I
especially-
appreciate you accepting me.
Absolutely.
He found me on
Absolutely.
Pittsburgh Sports Line
That's
on
right.
Facebook. So.
That's right.
And here he lives right nearby in Castle Shannon.
That's right.
Yeah,
Really.
so
I spent a lot of my childhood watching Bill Cardell on the studio wrestling
Yeah.
with Ringside Rosie and all that other stuff.
Oh yeah,
I
a lot
mean,
of people in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is one of the premier wrestling regions in all of the sport.
and all the
very rich
the
tradition.
former wrestling organizations that got swallowed up by Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
But they were a lot more entertaining than the product he was putting out.
Well,
because
we
they
have-
concentrated more on the wrestling.
Because we have an annual tournament named after Joe Abbey, Killer Joe Abbey, who was what they call a ham and egger today, lost more matches than he won.
Right.
But we have a tag team tournament in his name. Frank Durso, who used to be a wrestler, same caliber as Joe Abbey. He was an advisor for some of our bad guys. for
Ham
a
and Egger,
long
that's one
time.
of Bobby Heenan's old.
Yeah, we had the
Freddie
Masked
Blassie.
Superstar, Demolition Axe. Bill Eadie is from Western Pennsylvania. He's been on our card 3 or 4
how
times.
about
over
Chili
the years.
Billy? Does he ever stop around with
We
you?
see Chili Billy at horror.
Because
rounds.
I saw photos with
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
I had to at least bring that up.
Yeah, well,
'cause
we see
he
him
was
at-
one of my heroes
Yeah.
growing up.
Oh, yeah,
And I
he's
think Terminal Stare, I enjoyed that also.
Everybody likes Terminal Stare as well.
But these young folks don't even know what Terminal Stare
Yeah, they
is.
don't even remember
They just
Chili
think it's
Theater.
how I'm looking at them right now.
But
It
Chili
was
Billy,
beautiful.
Chili Billy is a great guy. We just saw him at Horror Realm a couple of weeks ago, and of course the story I did also touched on the J.J. Dillon saw Chili Billy Cardille for the first time in 42 years
Wow.
at Horror Realm. And they just had a
That's
couple
more than a
minutes of time.
generation there.
More than a generation. But Pittsburgh's such a rich area for professional wrestling.
Well, on that happy note, since we're so rich in wrestling, Trapper Tom.
All right.
It's been a
Al,
pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thanks again.
Welcome,
We'll have
Chad.
you back whenever you think you can. This is our future NBA basketball team owner.
Exactly.
Tell everybody who you are.
My name is Marcus Robinson, and I own the Pittsburgh Bullets. We're a professional development basketball team, and the whole goal is to find amateur athletes here in Pittsburgh and the surrounding areas, and get them or expose them to greater opportunities, whether it be overseas or in the NBA.
That sounds great. And when does your season start, or how
We
does
actually
this-
we start in February.
Okay.
We're members of the North American Basketball Development League Association. Basketball Development League for short, the BDL for the most
Right.
part, just to kind of keep it simple.
BDL. All
The
right, let's
BDL.
keep it simple today, Sammy. All right.
The BDL, but we'll actually do some exhibition games throughout November and December to kind of get ready and warm up for the season.
And where can we see you practice or play at?
We actually
How do we
play-
find you?
You can check us out at pittsburghbullets.org. As well as for the social media savvy people, you can add us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as check out our YouTube, which I do, weekly highlights of every event that we do.
And you can see some of the stuff on us since you like
Exactly.
Pittsburgh Sports Line on Facebook.
Exactly.
So the Bullets are even coming to the Savoy with us.
Exactly.
They'll
We'll
be
definitely
there
be
on
down there on the
Thursday for the
17th.
magazine launch.
That's gonna be a very nice event.
Definitely. We're glad to have you on board with that.
I appreciate the invite.
And how long have you owned the team and been doing this developmental league?
Okay.
NBDL or what is it?
BDL.
BDL.
Yeah, the
Okay.
NABDL.
NABDL.
We're kind of it's a close conflict with the NBA's development
Okay.
league, but we won't worry about that.
All right. We didn't say that. I didn't pronounce it right anyhow, so it's all good. But that's the Pittsburgh Bullets.
Pittsburgh Bullets, exactly. We're going into our third season. So I'm really excited to kind of take that leap to get the exposure and open up the doors to the city so everybody knows that we're here and we can come on and be
Well,
excited
they're going to hear
together.
about you now because they can watch us on Verizon 32 everywhere.
Exactly.
We're on YouTube also, and you always see us on Pittsburgh Sports Line on Facebook. Now, what kind of players and who are some of the players on your team? Maybe people know or recognize names. Like you play basketball around here.
Exactly.
Tell them where
exactly.
you're from.
I'm actually from Hazelwood, Pennsylvania. I graduated
Upper
from
St. Hazelwood for the Chuck Bonasort fan club. He calls it where he grew up.
The Kamikaze
Upper St.
Kid.
Hazelwood. He's a legend from Pitt. He was on the championship teams and all that.
Okay,
You should
good,
meet
good.
him. He hangs out here
That
every
would be
once in a
cool.
while.
That would be cool.
But he calls it that. So we know Hazelwood very well.
Got it.
And who'd you play for?
I played at Taylor Alderdice High School, graduated
One of the greatest high
2006.
school basketball players
Because
I've ever
he's
seen.
spoken
Unstoppable.
highly.
I
He's
know.
unstoppable on the
Smoking
court.
Jim gave me an award when I was in high school, man. We got a long history.
What,
really
3 years
appreciate it.
ago?
No, about
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
close
Easy.
to 10. It's crazy now. It's close to 10 now.
No way. That's why I didn't recognize you back there. I thought you were somebody's son there, running back. We've had a lot of guests that are 12 years old, 10 years old, and I know you're at least 18.
Yeah,
so.
at least. But played at Alderdice, actually earned three basketball scholarships. Played my first 2 years at a Division I school in New York, Stony Brook University.
Nice.
Played at Clarion and then finished off here in the hometown at Point Park.
Great. No, that's great. Hey, we want to have you back on another time. If you can make yourself available next week to talk some basketball.
That'll be
Do you
good.
think
That'll
on
be good.
Columbus Day you can do because I talked to you before about that.
I think I can. We have a scrimmage on Friday, so I have some stuff to talk about.
That'd be great. You were telling me, so let's keep in touch on that. Marcus, it's a pleasure. Tell them again how to get a hold of you.
PittsburghBullets.org. Add us on Instagram. For the most part, go to the Google box and type in Pittsburgh Bullets, and everything will pop up. Make it real simple, real easy.
Keep it simple, Sam. Have a nice day. Go by the KISS method. Take care.
Appreciate
Marcus.
it.
short and sweet.
No, you got 4 minutes, buddy.
I got 4 minutes.
This is the best time on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook.
It's gonna
this
be
will
a
be
good
on
one.
everywhere. Go ahead.
It's gonna be a
I'll
good
keep
one.
talking if you don't interrupt.
Well, Smoking Jim likes to point out that he's from Gateway, but
Hold
when
on, I'm between this.
When Smoking Jim doesn't like to point out is that them Gateway boys make some of the worst deals ever. They even paid money to have the rights to call Monroeville God's country, if you could believe that.
They didn't pay for that.
So
they stole it
the
from
guy
West
from
Virginia.
The guy from Still Valley, me, I came up, I went to the people of Hasbro with a great pitch. The Smoking Jim Frazier Pittsburgh Sportsline action figure. Batman.
Hold it, it looks like Mr. Potato Head. It looks like a Mr. Potato Head.
Hey.
That is the Smoking Jim Frazier action figure.
Another BPTV first. We got a Smoking Jim.
Wait a minute.
I'll kill you.
Hey, Zach. Does it disappear after the show?
Oh,
without
it
saying
does.
goodbye?
It
Hold
does.
it.
He conveniently disappears.
Wait, I think he's gone. Batman's gone.
Batman's left the building.
Where's Mini BZ?
Let me see that.
Everywhere.
Alan, let me
Mini BZ wanted me to bring the Smoking Jim action figure tonight, so I just want all the Gateway people at home to understand that us Still Valley people, man, we know how to make deals and make money. We're going to sell 1 million units of that action figure right there.
I predict you'll be a billionaire. A billionaire.
Zach,
if
did
you
you
sell
start
that.
out as Mr. Potato Head?
I called that one. I can see a Mr. Potato Head a mile away.
His outfit is black, so we were trying, you know,
Hold
we
it,
couldn't
keep
make
him here,
the
he's
whole
yours.
we couldn't make the whole action figure black. So I mean, we were working diligently about, because then you really wouldn't be able to see it in the dark.
Hold it, let me look.
It's from The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You can't argue with it.
And the prototype, the next version, he's going to be throwing the Pittsburgh Sportsline insignia in his hand.
Hold it, wait. Hold it, I got a card here. He's eating a card. Batman. Batman.
We got action figures now.
Batman, meet Pittsburgh Sportsline.
We got action figures now. Batman has officially been
I think
gone.
he's wounded right now. Get up, Batman. Oh, he's gone. Batman's gone.
So that's how we do, you know.
Hey,
in
can
our,
we
in
talk
our
some
spare
sports
time.
or something?
Yeah, we can talk some sports real quick.
All right.
We got Ross Salka in the building. Hope to see everybody out there this Saturday night, 7 p.m.
Here, you hold it up. I got tired of holding that up. Okay. Thanks. Tiger, can you
That's
get
Ross
that?
Salka right there. You got it, John? Don't get too close on me. Get close on Smoking Jim's action figure.
Hold it. Late breaking news. Pittsburgh Sportsline's Batman will be announcing with the talking machine.
And disappearing after the show.
And Batman will also be in attendance on October 17th at Savoy when we launch the magazine. So hopefully Batman doesn't disappear and stays the whole time for a magazine that he's launching with us.
Hey, folks, this has been one of the most entertaining shows, especially the end. We're going to have to close it out. I want to thank Little Z for adding the best entertainment. You have a big fan at the Market District in Giant Eagle, Renee. She asks about you all the time. Renee, if you watch the SIP Sports Show,
Hi, Renee.
She grew up in your neighborhood. I won't mention whether it's Mountain Hall, Hazelwood, whatever. I know it's not Hazelwood, Homestead. And we got Chip the Prophet Hayner, Smoking Jim Frazier. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for attending. We appreciate all of you. And watch us on Verizon 32, Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook too. Thank you.
name is Alex Barker, the amazing!
I'm Jacob Wagner.
Hi, I'm Austin.
This is Scout 350, and you're watching BPTV. Isn't that awesome?